Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB today in the arena. Finally, decks for rich people who play MTG Arena that just want to run nothing but rare lands and really expensive cards. We're saving the whales with this deck full of domain strategy type effects that are powered by the new Dominaria United set. Basically, rewards for playing 5 color, rewards for playing a bunch of different land types. And by having all of the land types available, you get effects that opponents just frankly can't compete with in their deck. So you just whale them out. You just play your super expensive stuff and you get there. So it's a control deck. Think of it like Guild Gates, but for whales, where yes, all our lands enter the battlefield tapped, but we are doing bigger and stronger things than our opponents can manage. So the domain, as it is called, payoffs in this particular deck are as follows. Number 1, drag to the bottom. We are giving each creature -X until end of turn, where X is 1 plus the number of types you control. Let's just always assume it's 5, because our whole deck is designed around getting 5 types in play, and the tri-lands from Streets of New Capenna make it pretty easy. So 4 mana, everything gets -6/6. That's a much bigger scale than a Meat Hook Massacre. Number 2, Sphinx of Clear Skies. When this 5 mana 5/5 flying ward 2 creature hits the opponent, you get a Fact or Fiction, a card that the boomers know well. Basically, the opponent has to make 2 piles. Unless they're memeing, one will probably be 3 cards, the other will be 2. You take the pile that is best for you, and it is a pretty intense, like, draw 2 or 3 every time you hit your opponent with the Sphinx of Clear Skies. The ward is very strong. The opponent has a hard time removing it. So we're running Sphinx of Clear Skies. You can also just drop it on turn 4 if you line up your untapped land along with your Celestis and Joint Exploration well, and go to town. The next card is Leyline of Binding. We've seen this one at work in Zergo Burr, and it is just as good as advertised, being a 1 mana remove anything. And in this deck, since we try to get all the types very quickly, it works very well. Then Herd Migration. 6 and a green domain, 3/3 beast for each land type you control. So when you cast this for 7, you make 5 3/3 beasts. Now that's not particularly exciting to people who are used to getting their board meat hooked and things of that nature, but it's still a very good finisher in this deck, and I probably wouldn't play it at all if it weren't for the next line. It's a channel type line where you can discard this to search your library for a basic land, reveal it, put it into your hand, and gain 3 life. And in this kind of setup, very slow deck that's very much kind of a go big control deck, you do need to fetch your basic lands and you do need the life gain to survive. So that's what we're using it for. But then when you get to the late game, it just boom, we've got 3/3s. In fact, once you have 7 mana on the battlefield, this deck really gets going, because just every single turn it seems like you're casting a Herd Migration, or the lands you draw you can cycle, or you're looping Kami Wars, or all kinds of stuff. Which, by the way, if we're going to play 5 color and we're going to get up to 7 mana, Kami Wars seems like a great way to just overpower other mid-range decks that go too small. Then if we really need to overpower someone, if they're trying to go right at us and outgrind us, I'm not going to get run out of win cons. We've got Shigeki, the Jukai Visionary, and we've got the Colossal Sky Turtle to create the loop to just constantly get these back and smash the opponent with them, because none of them are legendary except for Celestis. So Shigeki can just keep getting it back over and over and over. It can even get back the lands that we cycled, so we can keep dropping lands and move further and further into the game. And of course, the Turtle in the Sky combo lets you get Shigeki back, play it again, get it back, play it again, etc., etc. It's lovely. Another card that makes the cut is Joint Exploration. This 1 in a blue kicker green lets us drop our lands a little faster. It's like Growth Spiral was for the Gate deck, letting you get those land types and their tapness out onto the battlefield. And then because we are a very, very slow deck playing a ton of tap lands, we have the 4 bindings, which become 1 mana removal spells, but also 2 cut downs and 4 Rona's Vortexes. I like the Vortex because it scales into the mid to late game better than the cut down, which sometimes doesn't find targets, and it deals with Planeswalkers, which I'm running into a lot of, and it also permanently deals with the little underdog card, which a lot of black decks are using to keep pressure on us. So, yep, dig it. Anyway, the mana base. 16 tri-lands. Absolute whale status. 16 tri-lands. Hey, you do what you gotta do. We also run a handful of basics because we need to fetch them with the herd migration. All right, that is the intro to the deck. The best way I can sum up what we're going to do: get out your land types and then slaughter and smash anything that tried to go quick or play small ball with us. We're going way over the top. Today's video is dedicated to 3 patrons because my shout out tier is definitely stacking up. Thank you very much. It's a great problem to have, but we're dedicating it to 3 folks every day until we get caught up. So today's video is dedicated to Jared Thompson, Manuel Nascimento, and Full Tang Wang. Thank you very much. You 3 are cool, and those of you who got the token tier and are US residents, your tokens will be in the mail for you soon. Shark and Wolf tokens. Check out patreon.com, link in the description if you are interested. Let's dive in. Let the domain nonsense begin. Yo guys, quick break in to my own video to let you know that the Covert Go Blue playmats are back in stock. So if you wanted to get yourself a little something to celebrate my birthday, these beautiful playmats give you plus 10 luck on MTG Arena when used as a mousepad, and plus 10 shuffler bonus at your local game store. Those things are just statistical facts guaranteed. Check out lanterngames.com. Products, official Covert Go Blue playmats. There should be a link below in the description. We only bring in 100 of these at a time, and they're ready to ship wherever they need to be shipped. So get yours today, because once they're gone, they'll be gone again for a long time. And thank you very much to everybody who checks it out. Now back to the video. All right, our hand has a few untapped lands of various types, so we can go fetch a black and be able to cast almost everything. I guess we'll see what the opponent's up to and whether or not drag to the bottom will get the job done in this match before we fetch with the herd migration. Getting the mountain would give us all the types, but I don't think we need all the types. White to white. Does make me think we should just get the other black. Still need another blue for the Sphinx of Clear Skies. Continuing to draw untapped lands, kind of nice. Does our opponent cast spells? No. Okay. What are we up against? Here's a Celestis. They still help us fix our hand and our mana. Because right now I'm not, not feeling like these removal spells are doing anything. But Sphinx of Clear Skies, that could do something. Well, we have a permanent, so maybe the opponent has March, and they're going to march this Celestis. Okay, complete with exiling a card, and it's a temporary lockdown. Pretty good choice. So it's a control deck. Okay. All types online. This is a Wandering Emperor, probably. That's a Kami War. Let's drop the Sphinx. Okay, no Wandering Emperor. Word 2. Figure it out. See if they've got a way to deal. Alright, Absence. A2. We get a clue. Perfectly handy little card draw engine here. Does the opponent have another color, or are they really just going to play mono white control against me? Because I'll chill. I got time. We can do this all day. I'll play out this one just because 7 mana is kind of the last breakpoint for the deck. Oh, now we have Wandering Emperor. Well, that's a target for a Kami War.
Anyone who harms my people must contend with me. Let your blade.
Not afraid of the token. I can take some damage for a while. It's one of the few things that I've seen so far that this drag to the bottom works with.
Remember your training.
They might have Sanctuary Warden as their finisher. And if they do have that, then Drag to the Bottom is good there as well. But so is Binding, so is Vortex. Alright, let's exile that Wandering Emperor. We drew the Herd Migration, but if they're a temporary lockdown deck, Herd Migration and all the 3/3s doesn't do much. This might be a Shigeki Sky Turtle loop of Herd Migrations until they run out of things. Borrowed Time, huh? Fun. This could be interesting. So, you can have that. Leyline Binding, 1 mana Borrowed Time at instant speed. Get wrecked. March isn't gonna get there. Not unless you want to exile your hand. Maybe you do. I don't know. You tell me. Out of there. Now, this could get funny. Oh, okay, they play a Bankbuster. So, how do we want to do this? We can bounce the Bankbuster and make them discard. We can also bounce our Binding, which will give them back a Borrowed Time, which will exile the Kami War, but then we can just repeat the loop if we want to. I love it. I love it. Go ahead, target my Kami War. Discards a March. Yep. Give them this. And now, we do this. We could also use Boseiju or something else. I just think that this is a pretty funny loop to demonstrate, because it might get the opponent to just scoop. Alright, I've demonstrated a loop. Go ahead, opponent, break it up again. Next turn, I'm just gonna bounce this again. Okay, farewell. That does the job. Good job. I said I'm not gonna stand for this treatment. And they didn't. But they only have 2 cards left. Let's see if they're ready for a Herd Migration. 5 beasts. 5 beastie boys. Or girls. Warden! Alright. Now our opponent is a Warden gamer, but we have another Kami War. More than happy to exile that sucker. And here they come. Ouch. Alright, that'll do it. Mono white control in shambles. Too much value over here. Alright. Tap land, interaction, interaction, drag, war, joint. Yeah, it's all there. All there for the magical gathering. Love the Dominaria stress ball. Rakdos or mono red? We will find out. We will soon see. Rakdos. Fun. I think we'll just take hits here until we drag them to the bottom. Not too worried. Yay, triumph. We're living the best life. CGP, they're not triumphs. I know! I was the first one to say that. Tri-lands. It's so hard to let go. Rakdos deck do Rakdos things? Would you like to do something? Fable. Okay. Let's go ahead and try out a little bit of scry action. The most important thing we do right now is draw land. If we keep drawing land, we'll be fine. Alright. Do we use this Vortex here on this little 2/2? I think I just let them play their stuff and make their treasures and feel special about it. Liliana discarded. Interesting. We go to 14. What else you got? Underdog. Yeah, the usual. What else you got? Nothing? Weak. All right, join exploration. Let's see some land. We see some land. Beautiful. We're getting to the point where it's too much, but it's a good point to be. Drag them to the bottom with you. So, transforms, that's an easy cut down target. Liliana? Sure. You got it. Good Kami War target. Oh no, my cards.
I've come for answers. We all have things we want.
Alright, they get to give up a cut down, which is a card they don't really want against me anyway. Say goodbye to the reflection. Da, 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 da. Guess who? Goodbye, Lily. Now we'll see how many more you have.
Isn't how things were supposed to go.
And that would be fine too. Blitzing underdog. Well, you love to see it. That's all I got to say about that. You love to see it. Maybe they play a little Grixis magic? Target your treasure. Now you can feel the joy of discarding cards that you were hoping to cast. Opponent. Do we hold? If we draw another land, beasties. We should probably just hit the land drop, to be honest. That's a little too cute. And I don't think it matters what land we get, so go blue. The underdog. So, if we Rona's Vortex here, they might use a Grasp, but then they don't have it for Kami War. So that's good. To the bottom. No card draw. Love it. Alright. Let's hold the forest. Our opponent is a Liliana gamer. We could drop the Sky Turtle, but Meathook Massacre is close to being in range for that. And we really want to use it to channel to get back a Kami War or a Herd Migration to put pressure on the opponent. Yep, there's the Grasp. There's something to target. Anything else? Any more sacrifices? All right. Turn target card from graveyard to hand. We'll go for Kami War. A lot of value. Gotta give him the turtle in the sky. I'll defend the Boseiju. It's a removal spell that can hit Kiki Jiki. So I will hold the forest again. Okay, they're not using the blood token. Their hand is D's. They like something about it. Another underdog, okay. That's what you're up to, huh? That's what we have to figure out how to beat? We go to 10. Not easy mode for sure. Alright, bounce your blood token. Discard a card. Kumano faces Kakazan. Very aggressive slant to this deck. Let's go ahead and cycle. See if we find something good. Joint exploration. Guess we'll play this out now. Say go. Getting a little scary. They are at 12, so they can't take many hits from a flipped Kami War. But they might have another removal. Probably do. It has to be Infernal Grasp, though. Don't think we care about the extra land drop here. Just want to find the right cards. That's pretty good. Going to 6. Opponent will have 2 cards. Another Harvester, sure. Just bounce that. Or no, we already used our bounce. I wonder if I'm supposed to get rid of a blood token. This thing is currently a -4/-4. I guess we can do it at instant speed next turn. Ooh! That's a lot of beasts. But I think I like saving it. Yeah, if we save it to go get a land when the opponent doesn't expect it, that could be really strong. So the opponent's at 10, they can't take this hit. Right now, Blood Tithe Harvester, -4/-4. They get 1 more blood token, they'll be feeling strong. If they sack Harvester targeting this, it's probably a hook for 5 that they're doing. If they do that, we want to cast the Migration. Because then we need a board presence. Bring them back. Okay, so they're going to sack Harvester, target something. I think I can blow this out with the Boseiju. So we go here and here. Because this is sorcery speed. They see a card. They sack this. They target the Sphinx or the Kami. Yep. There's the target. Here's the gotcha. Got there. Brought it home. Binding, Vortex, War. Plenty of defense. Let's do it. This is mono red. I have the stained glass mountains in the house. Boros. Had to be Boros. Okay. What do you guys think? Do we hold this binding? I want to do joint exploration next turn, so we'll binding now. They might have a sundown cavalier, but it's fine. Let's keep the board nice and clean. Don't start crying already. This is just getting started. Lounges on lounges, yeah. Just get them all. Just get to like 7 land on the field and then take over. All right, day-night stuff. Maybe we just put this on the bottom. Whew. Kami War on whatever creature they want to drop this time. A Storm Seeker. If they don't play a land, it's one of those channel lands. Ah. Still right. Give it to him. This is a mugging. This is not fair. Oh my goodness. So, which creature would you like to put on the board this time? Nothing. Cool. Love it. Love that for us. I'll take this back. Not like it's a lot of mana. Angel Fire Ignition? How exciting. Do we care enough about the Angel Fire Ignition to not do this? No. Come at me, bro. If they spend their whole turn on Angel Fire Ignition, we just go to 9. Then we bind this, swing, they die the next turn. That's even better. All right, you're down to 10. I have like 21 power on battlefield and a 1 mana unconditional removal spell. Come at me. What are you gonna do, Boros? What are you gonna do? Okay, the colors are here. The blues, the blacks, the greens, the reds, there's no white. I guess we can get it. You can get it. It's a little awkward though, right? Because I want the joint exploration. If I do this on 2, I can't do the... If I do this on 2, I can't do the joint on 3 with this particular setup. Also, the opponent's coming out guns blazing. I think it's actually this. All right, this is going to be a big test because we are on the draw doing our endless tap land thing against somebody who is not having it. Not having it. Ooh, that's a good draw. All right. Unfortunately, we're still missing a type, so we have to bounce this, I think, or we can cut this down. Let's see what the opponent does. The new white aggro. Bounce, cut down. Bounce, cut down. Cut down. This one, they can discard a card to gain indestructible, but it would tap it. Maybe I'm supposed to do that instead. But with 3 cards in hand. But with a binding, I have a solution, so I'm not as concerned. There's a white. Right on time to make this a 1 mana play. We also have joint exploration this turn. The opponent didn't do anything. Not sure what that means, but maybe I'll just spend this turn on joint exploration if the opponent's just going to be attacking me for 2. Not afraid of a grizzly bear. Oh, I got him! I got him, Chief. I played my Wandering Emperor. Oh my god, I'm so happy. All right. Where's our sweepers? I think I actually need interactive spells, not these. Okay. The turtle. I guess we want to do this before they untap so they don't get to activate it again, and we want to leave the white mana open? The white mana open? To the bottom. I kind of want them to enlist here for the scry. They're not going to. Oh, they're doing it. Nice. Very brave. All right, let's let them scry. Choose your tops and bottoms. Gone. So resolves. Yep. Okay, off the top we get the land, which means next turn we have the herd migration. So this turn's plan, sky turtle of some kind. No more token. Opponent says go. Another Wandering Emperor, I guess. Come at me, bro. What are you gonna do? Run temporary lockdown in your Hopeful Initiate deck? I got beasts. They did nothing. What is your hand? What are these white aggro decks playing these days? A lot of Brutal Cathars, maybe. Sure. You got me. Just pure gas off the top. What a draw. as if we'll even need it. Attack you for 12. March, sure. Attack you for 9. And 5 more. Care to try again, white aggro mage? That's what I thought. We'll take that diamond now. So pretty. I expect some Boros and mono red gamers up here. We should have turn 2 binding. So we'll keep it. Black, all right. So this and this or this does the job. For a turn 2 ley line binding. And then this creates black mana, which is the next most important because of drag to the bottom. A card that's been super absent most of the day, but it's in the deck somewhere. All right. So, prevent the creature from ramping them, or prevent the saga from doing saga things. Let's just take out the creature. Because we can get this back later with the Kami War. It's a good turn for a joint exploration. And we have enough land for sure. The opponent drops 2 nice removal spells. Hopefully they're digging for pressure. Rakdos mid-ranginess. Okay, Liliana. Hurts you more than it hurts me.
No more distractions.
Let's do this now, just so we have all the info. Drag to the bottom, which I guess I'll take because we're going to have to deal with this Mirror Breaker, right? I guess Kami does it, but we want to use the Kami somewhere else. Yeah, we'll just take it because it's a spell. Do we leave this on top because we're discarding a land now? And we want to get to 7? And we're going to discard 1 next turn as well? No, it's fine.
You won't be outsmarting me.
Jetmir's Garden's the worst of our tri-lands for casting a variety of our things. So letting it go is no big deal. Alright, we drew a Sphinx, which the opponent might be giving up all their removal for. Reflection, there's a Harvester. We're gonna drag to the bottom, so let's just let the Sphinx go.
We all have things we can.
5, yep. Opponent down to 1 card. We're gonna play this land, so we'll hold it. Drag him. Okay, opponent. What you gonna do? Blood token, go drop grasp. Okay. So much removal in their graveyard.
Drop it.
Okay. And now you're done. Nicely played, opponent. You Liliana'd yourself out of the game. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Let's do this. Drop it. Let's do this. Drop it. Okay, bye. That's a good example, everybody, of how not to Liliana. Well, yeah, no white. That's the problem, but Herd Migration gets it, so we'll try it. I'm kind of nervous. Because we definitely do nothing for 2 turns, then we bind. And our opponent's going to play mono black. Okay. Well, it's all fine as long as we can get to the late game. Bank Buster. I like that. Slow card. Slow card. So level up your sleeper and power up your Bank Buster? Nope. They want it. They want that sweet card draw. You're gonna grind with this. Okay. They want to grind? We'll grind. Discard this. Go get white. Our missing color. Drop it here. I think we want to take out the sleeper, honestly. Let them have their bank buster. But we'll see. Maybe they play like Sheldred here. Sorin. Do I care? What do I care about? Oh, Sorin's plussing? Then we're definitely going to take the Sorin in a minute here. Sorin minus, I might have to worry about board presence. The opponent actually thinks they're going to outground me. Ooh, they could have Invoke Despair, though. Invoke Despair is pretty nasty. In that case, we'd probably want to take something that, you know... We'd want to take something that them getting back wouldn't wreck us. Getting back a Sorin would be huge. I think we just take this. And we say go, and we play you, and we play you, and we hold up the binding. And if they just throw an Invoke Despair at us, then we start dropping Kami Wars. Patience, 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 patience. Duress. Ooh, that's bad. But now they can't do, now they can't quite get there. Let's go ahead and take their sleeper. And then we're going to Kami War their Sorin no matter what they take here. Also, the Shigeki gets it back eventually, so that's fine. And now the binding becomes insulation for the Kami War if they do have Invoke Despair. Another Liliana gamer.
I'll have this fight finished before brunch. Don't overthink things.
Okay. Sphinx can go. Land. Kami War. No more Sorin.
I won't let this be over.
You wanna do this, Lily? They are up on cards on us, which is much different from the last situation. But Shigeki can help. Kami War can help.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Oh, the great combo. A discarded underdog that attacks. When you're doing that, though, from this life total, like, you have no board presence. They're doing a good job insulating their hand, though. That's a card you can draw. I was gonna get back my binding, but having it in hand isn't that good. Now I'm gonna exile this Lily anyway, so I don't need to get the binding back now. So we'll bounce the Bank Buster, even though they can use it to draw more cards this way. Costs mana. Takes work. I will say that this opponent's Liliana is much better than the last opponent's Liliana, because this opponent is focused on keeping their hand healthy, drawing cards.
Consider yourself fortunate our motives lie.
Okay.
My ways are not.
Oh, the combo! Of course, against a deck with hand hate, it's not very good, is it? Alright, we can return this Kami War if we want to and loop Kami Wars for the rest of the game. I don't think they can beat that, to be honest. I don't think they can beat that. Mono Black ain't about that life. I've demonstrated a new loop. Yep, there's Invoke Despair. We knew that might show up. That's one of the ways that they can break this up. They could hit for 4 here. They just honestly, like, they're trying to grind this whole game. It's all that they care about. Cut down pretty good. All right. Return up to 1. That would be me returning my Kami War. Then we play this and exile the Sleeper. Keep it coming until they cast another Invoke Despair. They're gonna underdog us. They're gonna meat hook. You know, for value. All right, down to 8. I think it's almost time to let this end. To break up the loop. Oh no, now I have a cut down. I don't have to. I have the island to play the cut down is what I mean. So, return the other thing. No more bankies. Down to 13. Kill it. All right, but we're post-combat, so they're just draining me now? I guess so. Joint exploration. So, up to one other target non-land permanent hook can go. I'll have to recast that. Go ahead and discard a card. Not gonna lie, I might have kept the loop going too long. I am easily amused by such things. Sure. Down to 9 though. Drag? Don't think we're gonna need it in this case. But it's probably better than joint, which, you know, I don't think I'm even gonna have time to cast because of Shigeki. Invoke Despair. We go to 2 here? Sure. It's a good one. You're down to 7 though. Any reason they didn't play a hook? Okay, they're gonna recast this. Interesting. Trigger. Nice. Okay, lands that we do need. For life. Liliana? Liliana could be a problem here.
When I win, you're telling me what you know about the Raven Man. Don't overthink.
Thinking. Another underdog, that's pretty good. Well, they know about the Shigeki, don't they? I'm planning to get back a binding here. Binding and a turtle. Opponent down to 5. Gotta watch out for the hook too. Okay, there it is. So now I can't take a hit, right? They didn't kill their own thing though. Well, keeping the loop going doesn't do as much good, does it? Maybe we need a Kami War. Maybe that's how we get back in it. Or we can just get another removal spell, but I don't think that does it either. So we'll go like this. Stop the loop. It's our best hope, but if they kill their own creature, they're gonna win. We have to take out the one that's blitzed, or else it's sacrifice at the end step means that they win. But all they gotta do is kill their own creature. All right, you got it. I feel like I definitely kept the loop going with the Kami Wars too long. The opponent, I think, played it pretty cool to get through that, so good for them. I could have done things better. And we are back for the post-game wraps, checking out the stats powered by MTGA Assistant, free companion app, download link in the description, check it out. And what we have here is a 10-6, 62% win rate for domain control, and probably the standout stat is that we were on the play 7 times with an 85% win rate, and on the draw 9 times with a 44% win rate, and that shouldn't be surprising because this deck plays a ton of tapped lands, so there is a ton of fail state for the mana base, and I think that if you're dealing with a deck like this, that's pretty much what you would expect. So if you hit a streak where you're on the play a lot, does that happen to anyone at all? Maybe it happens to like 8-year-olds. You put in your demographics that you're 8 years old and Wizards is like, you're on the play every game. I don't know. We gotta hook them young. Anyway, if you have a streak where you're on the play a lot, like, you could definitely run up the win rate with this deck. Otherwise, we're staying well above 500, even on the draw more than on the play. Like, we're hanging in there. So I think the deck is playable and considerably strong. I am not sure about a few things. I'm not sure if Colossal Sky Turtle and Shigeki is necessary. Maybe it's not. If you have one game where the opponent grinds you out of win cons, you say to yourself, never again, and you add in like this loop. But do we need it? I don't know about that. We might be better off with a counter spell or two, because what we don't have are ways to keep the opponents from absolutely running us into the ground. Test of Talents would fit great here, but some opponents have certain cards, whether it's counter spells, Hullbreaker Horror, or Invoke Despair, that give us a very hard time, you know, and if we could just be done with those, we'd be in good shape. So not sure if this is really what is necessary for the deck. Also, the other card, Sphinx of Clear Skies, I don't think I even got to hit anybody with it for this video, which is not a good look. When you play against Rakdos and black decks that are going to play endless removal, this is not a good look. Against most other decks, they'll probably scoop before this hits them, which is a good look. So Sphinx of Clear Skies is still very much in the sus department for me, and I'm not absolutely sure that you should spend your mythics on it. In fact, I don't think you have to, but what you use to kill the opponent instead, just look around your binder. You probably have some good stuff there. Like Ren and 7 seems like it would be pretty strong in this particular deck, since you need a lot of land and a lot of your land cycles in the late game anyway. There's probably a few mythics around that you could be using in the victory spot that Sphinx of Clear Skies occupies. You don't necessarily need 4 of this, because all you really got to do is get to the point of the game where you're dropping Kami Wars and Herd Migrations, and you're probably favored. All right, that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. You are cool.